Yes.
Shut up.
It doesn't. Okay. Okay.
Effort. I eat it now.
Alright.
I never have to make granola bars. They're sitting on
Having
my
trouble with
floor.
your connection.
Fuck. I forgot to bring my food to restock my locker.
Okay, let's see.
I forgot to bring my.
Hi, Cece.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
You haven't had wild weather in DC, have you? And for the last couple of days.
No.
Not
How are
bad.
you guys doing with the snow? How
we're
much snow did you
fine.
guys get?
They only got like a foot. Boston, on the other hand, got like 3 feet.
Yeah, boss.
They had something to worry
I
about.
think we got a little bit more than a foot, but not that much
It
more.
Depends.
more
I mean,
inches.
we got like
We got
8
like 14.
inches.
No, it was
Yeah.
14 inches.
I
Anyway,
got
we
eight.
didn't have school for the last 2
I
days.
didn't-
We kind of got
I didn't come
different
close
amounts of
to it.
snow.
Yeah,
I
so
did
they're
not.
Yeah,
very.
if we got a foot, we might have like a week off.
Oh, a foot. Yeah.
We
Well.
normally get. Yeah, it doesn't snow a lot here, so we normally
No.
get school off
down.
for
Downside is that
what you
our
guys would
response time is
consider
so
very
fast.
little snow.
Yeah.
We could have gotten away with a half day at least on. We could have gotten away with a half
it
day
would
on
have been
Monday.
hard on Monday because I was doing errands in the morning and it was snowing at 10 o'clock and
Yeah,
it was
but it wasn't hard
freezing. It was
snow.
really, really cold.
But still, with
So
growing
it was
conditions.
sticking to the pavement.
Anyway, I'm not complaining with a day off.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying we
We
probably.
may have another
could.
one before it's through. Let's see. Hi, Robin.
Friday it's
Better.
supposed to snow though.
Yeah, it's supposed to snow more.
Let's not grasp at straws here.
That's why I need winter.
Okay. Everybody, hello, welcome. Good to see you, Robin. Good to see you, Cece. And go right into Friday Adobe Connect, as usual, because it is Wednesday, which is just as good as Friday. And, all right. Hi, Brittany.
Hi.
I don't think she's had any snow.
Yeah, Brittany, something tells me, judging by what you're wearing, that you haven't had any snow in a long time.
No, we haven't had any. It's terrible. We had like this little itty bitty storm yesterday, but
did?
it's been pathetic. And like the ski hill across the street is mostly dirt, but people are still skiing and
Mud skiing?
That's the way to destroy your skis.
yeah, right.
Mud skiing, that's
That's
good.
how you do
I'd like to see
that.
how that works.
Done it before. People were doing it at Stowe last year.
Mud
The
skiing?
double blacks weren't covered. It was mostly rock and ice.
Oh dear.
I
Okay.
didn't go on them because I wasn't gonna do that.
Before we go into what you see on your screen on Adobe Connect, I wanted to know if anyone has any questions about those screencasts. You had several screencasts to listen to on third declension and on other things too, like the substantive use of adjectives. I wonder if someone could explain that, what that means in a nutshell, really quickly in your own words. Anyone have a way to explain that? Substantive? Yeah, Cece?
It's basically an adjective that's being used as a noun. So you drop the noun that's supposed to be like you could say the brave man, but you would drop anthropos and just
Okay.
have Paul andros.
Yeah? Okay. Anyone have any other things to add or give an example? Another example? You look like you want to give an example.
Agathe for the good woman.
Hey, Agathe for the good woman. And anything else? Any other comments to add on that? What happens when what happens when it's like ta agathon, for example? What about that? That's neuter. What about that?
That's the good thing.
The good thing. Right. Or the fine thing. You gotta add thing. Ta agatha means the good things. So that's right. Okay. All right. Good. And what about any questions about those third declension nouns? We're going to start our journey through the third declension, which is quite an odyssey because it has a lot of different little subsets. If you think first declension with the 3 classes, of nouns was a tiny bit complicated, you'll you'll notice that the third declension has a few things like that too. Latin has 5 declensions. Greek only has 3, but the third one is big. But it will not be beyond anyone's ability, I promise. So, okay. So we'll look at nouns a little bit later again. But on your screen, I would just like to make sure that everybody understands whatever mistakes you might have made on page 90 for that exercise. Exercise 6 new on page 90. We I want to make sure that everybody understands, for example, the uses of the dative, like on number 6 that you see on the screen. The boy strikes the wolf with a stone. Pais bale ton lukon litho. Okay, the use of the dative, someone can just say it. What's the use of the dative at work here? Litho, Cece?
Means.
Dative of means. Yeah, no preposition. I think I made a joke last time that who put meta? Was that you?
I.
Okay, because the stone is your friend and it's going to accompany you and it has a name. What's your stone's name?
Rocky.
Rocky. That's perfect.
Creative.
All right, good. Anyway, that's accompaniment. You don't want to use meta. Okay. He came up with that very fast. You've been thinking about that all weekend.
Actually, I was right up it.
Anyway.
It was a flashback to a SpongeBob episode with Patrick bracing his rock.
Let's not get distracted by that. Anyway, so litho, yeah, by means of a stone. You just put it in the dative. You don't use meta. Okay, good. You can say with a stone or by means of a stone, whichever you prefer. Okay. Now look at number 7. The girl hands over the food to her friend. Does anyone have any questions about that, the way that works? Number 7. And I'm going to ask you what the dative use is here, because I see a dative use.
Oh, no. You're in.
Dative use for that? Number 7. Yep, Will?
It's an indirect object.
It's an indirect object. Yep. Okay, te file. All right. I'm trying to remember what the common mistakes were when I read your exercise here, but I'm not remembering right now. But hands over, pareche, ton siton, the food, te file. There might have been some accent things if I remember. Okay, now number 9. The slave strikes the oxen with a goad. There's your answer there. I think I remember a couple of you like the idea of using tupte, which is fine. Tupte instead of bale, if I remember right. And a few of you had some trouble with putting tous bus in the right case and number. Maybe had some accent issue there with that too. Okay. By means of a goad. Kentro, dative of means. All right. And number 9. The girl approaches the gates. Everybody look at that and raise your hand. Raise your hand with the use of the dative. Will.
It's a verb that takes the dative.
It is a verb that takes the dative. Phosphoreo. Okay, anything else? All right, that's an important one. Learn those verbs that take the dative. It's a big help to you. It will be a big help to you, I promise. And number 10. On the next day, the Athenians flee out of the labyrinth. Any questions about that? And my next question is there a dative use here and what is it? Raise your hand. Page number 10, Brittany.
The dative use is on the next day. So te isturea.
Yep.
Because it's like where it's happening, kind of.
Yeah. Oh, well, not so much where.
Or when, I guess.
But when. which is called the dative of time when. Also doesn't use a preposition. Even though in English you say on the next day, you don't do that for the Greek. It's just dative. Let's remind ourselves what are the dative uses that don't use a preposition. Give me one, Jasmine.
Oh yeah, it's the one where it's like a dative of respect. For example, like when they call someone something.
Dative of respect. So with respect to name, by name, onomati. So that's one. Dative of respect doesn't use the preposition. Robin. Can't hear you, Robin. Still can't hear you.
No? Oh.
Try to put your microphone volume up a little higher, and say something when you think it's better. Anyone have a dative use without a preposition? Second one. Yeah, Brittany.
I think when the verb takes a dative.
When the verb takes the dative, it doesn't have a preposition, right? Like proschoreo and all the other hepamai, hegeomai, and all that. And anything. So that's two. Respect, dative verb. Yep.
Means.
Dative of means, big one. Robin, try your mic one more time. No, it's still not working. Sorry. Maddie, was that your hand up I saw?
You're muted.
Everybody's mics are wonky today.
I was gonna say the linking verb one.
Oh yeah, what's that one? That's a great one. We don't see enough of that one.
The possession, so dative of possession, but like with the linking verb.
Yep. Dative of possessor. Dative of possessor. That's number 4. Is that it? So I think there's another one. So there's dative with verb, dative verbs, dative of means, dative of respect. And then the dative of possessor. Is there another one? One more.
Did we already say the time?
Time, that's the one. No, we didn't. Okay. So dative of time when, no preposition. So all those don't use a preposition. Okay. So that's on the next day, te hysteria. Great. I think that's all we'll get out of that. Okay. And there's one other thing I wanted to look really quickly at, which was your exercise 6C on page 90. So could you get that out of eCollege? I returned it to you with corrections and an answer sheet too, I think, right? Pretty sure I did that. So exercise 6C, page 90, numbers 1, 2, and 3. You want to look at your version that has corrections, like circles or boxes or highlighting. All right. Everybody have it in front of you? Okay. All right. So Theseus wants to save his companions. We're not going to go through the Greek to English. We're just going to look at the English to Greek. Although if you have any questions about the Greek to English, don't hesitate to say something. But look at the English to Greek for that number 1. Aegeus is very afraid, but obeys him. You can see the answer there. Anyone want to offer up a mistake there? Yes, Karen?
I said auton instead of auto.
Okay. And why do you need auto?
Doesn't Pathomai take the dative?
Pathomai takes the dative. Anything else? Any other contribution, mistake, whatever? Okay. Yep, Brittany?
I threw an estin in there.
That's right. Yep, one or two of you did that with Estin. You Latin students, remember, go way back at the beginning of your study of the great mother language of Latin, which Greek, by the way, is the mother language, not Latin. But anyway, we won't go there. I don't know if you fell into the trap in your extreme youth when you took Latin in 7th grade or 9th grade or whatever, and when you saw a sentence that said, "He is walking," and you were really tempted to say "est ambulat." I don't know if you remember this. Did anyone fall into that trap? Be honest. It's okay. You're among friends. It's fine. You did, didn't you?
Mr. Anderson always yelled at us about that.
For good reason, but it's a safe space. Don't worry, it's okay. You Trinity prep girls, did you ever do that? Anyone? Est ambulat?
No, but we all tutor younger students in Latin, so we've all seen people doing that.
You've encountered this? Okay, all right. Anyway, that's what you want to. It's easy to fall into that because it says in English, Aegeus is very afraid. So you just want to avoid translating the is. In English, is a helping verb, but the verb is afraid. So phobetai. Okay. Anyone else? Any other issues there? All right, let's look at number 2. The comrades are especially frightened, but Theseus leads them. Anyone want to offer up a difficulty there, Jasmine?
I use autus instead of autu.
And what? Okay. And so what would?
So I use the accusative instead of the dative.
Okay. Hey, get omai plus the dative verb. Yep, Cece?
I said comrade instead of comrades, and I also forgot to put men.
Oh, you mean the men and the death?
Yeah.
You put a death, but you didn't put a men?
No, I had a law.
Well, if you have a law, then you don't. Okay, if you have a law, you don't need to use men and death. You can just use a law. That's fine. One mistake I think I remembered. What were we gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say I said ago instead of hegema.
Oh, okay. Yeah. One mistake I remember is you never want to put de at the very beginning of a clause. I think I might have written this on one or two of your homework. De is post-positive, so you have to write ho de thesos. You don't write de ho thesos. That would be strange to the Greek eyes. Okay. And you always want to put it after the very first word. So even though you're splitting up ha and thesos, that's okay. Robin, see if your mic works.
Yeah, I hope this works. I'm not sure whether.
Yes, I can hear you now. Good. All right.
What I did for the second one was instead of malista, I wrote just mala. So that's my mistake.
Okay. Yep. Especially is malista. Mala is very. That's right. Anything else? So Karen brings up a good thing, a good point. When do you use ago to mean lead, and when do you use hegeomai plus dative to mean to lead? Yeah, Maddie?
Isn't ago more like if you're leading like cattle or something like that?
Yeah.
And then like hegeomai would be like more like you're like a great leader or something, like leading people or friends or.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it is possible to ago people too. You can lead people, like you lead them, you can asago people into another room or whatever, because it's kind of like you're, I don't know, shepherding them, you're kind of like making them go, you're leading them in. But hegeomai is like a very human activity of leading, as in I am the leader, so that's right. I don't know if that's there's a clearer way to put that, but that's right. Anything else? you certainly want to make sure that you double check things like number, singular versus plural. I saw some issues with that when I graded things, and accents. Accents, of course, are difficult to remember. Like making sure you change it to grave when necessary. If you have an accent at the end of a syllable that has a diphthong, where does the accent go? On a diphthong, you know what I mean? Where does the accent go?
On the second vowel.
On the second vowel, not on the first. So, trying to see we see breathers like on the answer here for number 2. Autois, the breather goes on the upsilon, not on the alpha. Okay, look at number 3. Don't fear the Minotaur, friends, but be brave. Any questions about that? What's Andreioi, and what case is it in, and why? Andreioi, the very last. Yeah, Karen?
It's nominative. Because it's a linking verb.
Esta?
Yeah.
Well, what's the name? What's that called then, Andreioi? It is nominative, yeah.
Adjective.
What?
Predicate nominative?
Predicate adjective.
Predicate adjective. That's right. And esta is your imperative for Amy. Good. Okay. I think, as I remember, I'm thinking about what some mistakes were as I graded this. Some of you didn't see the ophiloi part. Oh, he's talking to his friends. So friends is the person he's addressing. So that means you got to change your verbs to be plural. Your imperatives have to be plural. Okay, it can't be singular. So you can't write fabu. It's got to be fabesta. And este, not isti, that sort of thing. Okay, any questions about that? All right, we'll get out of that. Yes, Maddie.
My question isn't about this in particular, but like with word order, is there like a way, like a particular way like to do that? Like is like verb last like Latin tends to be, or do you just kind of go the way we do it? Like is there a certain order we're supposed to be doing this in? Doing sentences in?
So about the word order, Greek has a little bit more flexible word order than Latin does. Latin loves to put the verb at the end. That's a big deal for Latin. Greek isn't so hung up on verb at the end. Greek is all about emphasis and style, and so it likes to put words in a sort of strategic position to get your attention. The only thing you want to remember, there are some specific rules about like post-positive, that sort of thing, that you can't break. So those are givens right there. Post-positives you can't put gar at the very beginning, things like that. But as far as the word order itself, like should you put Andreioi before este, for example? You could get away with that in that sentence. An ancient Greek would find it weird to put an adverb after a verb, and we don't really do that much in English either, and Latin doesn't do that very, very much. You say bene before the verb usually. In Greek, you put Andreos, before the verb usually, things like that. But much more flexibility in Greek. Did you have something in mind in particular, Maddie?
Not really. When I was doing it, like I was just thinking about like Latin, like I was like, do I have to put the verb last and that sort of thing?
Yeah. You should. This is the only thing to keep in mind if you want to go kind of nutty about word order and put things all over the place. You want to have a reason for putting things. Like if you want to put the subject in a different spot other than the beginning of a clause, you want to have a reason for that. In other words, maybe you think the sentence is emphasizing the direct object, in which case you can put, tus bus or something at the beginning, instead of the subject, and put autorgos at the end, that often makes a lot of sense given whatever sentence you're translating. Okay, good question. Let's look at what you have on your screen right now, which is the Iliad. I'm going to do the first 3 lines, and you're going to give the translation.
All right.
You're so good at it, and you love it. Meinen ayeda thea pele iadio acheleos ulamenein he muria chaiois alge atheka polas difthimus psychas aidi proiapsan hero on autus de heloria teuche kunessen oio noise te daita dios de telea ta bule ex hude ta prota dias detain et santa atre edes te anaxandron kai dios achillos tis tars foe theon et di xune eke machestai. I did way more than the 3 lines, but I just kind of got carried away. The rhythm of the meter just carried me along, and I couldn't stop. Could you translate?
Yeah, up until where you ended?
Yeah.
Sing, goddess of the wrath of Achilles, son of Peleus, the destructive wrath which made countless woes for the Achaeans, and sent many mighty souls of heroes to Hades, and made them themselves booty for dogs and a meal for birds. And the plan of Zeus was fulfilled, because of which they first quarreled and stood apart, the son of Atreus, lord of men, and noble Achilles. And who of the gods was it then who brought these 2 together in strife to fight?
Good. Okay. Let's do the first 2. I'll do the first line, then everyone go also. All right. Ready? I'll go first. Meinen ayeda thea pe le iadio acheleos. Now you.
Meinen ayeda thea pe le iadio acheleos.
Good. That was much improved from the past. Ulamenein he muria chaiois alge atheka. Now you.
Ulamenein he muria chaiois alge atheka.
Great. Very good. Polas difthimus psychas haidi proiapsen. Now you.
Polas difthimus psychas haidi proiapsen.
Good. Hero on autus de heloria teuche kunessen. Now you.
Hero on autus de heloria teuche kunessen.
Good. Oio noisi te daita dios de teleia tabule. You.
Oio noisi te daita dios de teleia tabule.
Good. Ex hude ta prota dias detain et santa. Now you.
Ex hude ta prota dias detain erisante.
Good. Okay. Atre edes te anaxandron kai dios achillos. Go.
Atre edes te anaxandron kai dios achillos.
Good. Okay. Tis tars foe theon edidi xune eke machestai. Go.
Tis tars foe theon edidi xune eke machestai.
Good. Okay. Who would like to do the first 3 lines solo? You can look at the Greek, of course. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Okay. Meinen ayede thea pela iadio achilleos. ulomenain, he muri achaios alge etheka, polas de iphthimus, psuchas id proiapsen.
Good, good. Okay. Polas diphthemus, the delta just glides right into the iphthemus. There's an elision there. Good. Anyone want to do the next 3 lines? Just volunteer. Yep, Karen?
Heroon autus de eloria teuche kunessen, oionoisi te daita dios deteleto bule.
Okay. Oh, you have 3. Yep, sorry.
Ex udeta prota diastaten. What does that say? Diastaten arisante.
Okay. Look out for breathers, right? I think you had a rough breather somewhere. Who and somewhere else. Helodia. Okay. Anyone? Brittany, did you have your hand up? You want to do the last 2 lines?
Sure. Atre ides te anax andron kai dios achelius. Tistar bo theon I une eka machesai.
Good. Very good. All right. And Jasmine, Kaylee, and Maddie, could you do the entire thing on your just together? Now you've studied dactylic hexameter with Virgil, right? So this is maybe a little. So you're experts over there. You know your dactylic hexameter. So you want to do it together in unison, and the rest of us will listen.
Let's go.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's give it a go. All right. Menin aidethea peleia deu achilleos ulomenein e muria chaios alege de eke apolas diphthemus vasuchas aide proiapsen on autus de gloria te kunessen oionoisi te daita dios de teleito bule ex undeta prota diaste tain erisante atreides te anax andron kai dios achilleus tistar spue theon eride unenke machesai.
Okay, very good, wonderful. That was really very good. What was the hardest part of that for anyone, really? But yeah, what was Maddie, Kaylee, and Jasmine? What was the hardest part?
I thought the very last line, the last 2 words were kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the S-thigh, like I don't want to slow down at S-thigh for some reason.
Yeah.
And it just sounds weird.
Usually people have trouble with the 3rd line. Polas diphthemus psuchas aidi proiapsen. You have all these vowels, and in the case of aidi, which means Hades, you do that iota, you do pronounce it aidi, and so yeah, good. Okay, that was good. So keep on practicing that, and we'll move on from there. Okay. That's not what I. Okay, hold on just 1 second. All right. Oh. Huh. Hold on just 1 second. That's not what I want to do. That was an accident. I don't know why they stopped sharing.
Mac.
No, keep sharing.
Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. Now what we're going to do is practice our sight reading for understanding. You are going to be reading this passage. There are 2 paragraphs, the larger one and then the smaller one, and you have these questions, which are good to answer. But do you all see the 2 red questions down below? Those are the questions that I'm really interested in. The other questions are detailed questions, that 1 to 4 in the middle there, and there are 2 more, I think, on the page after that. You should know what the answers to those questions are too, but I'm really quite interested in your answers to those 2 red questions you see on the screen. So you're going to be reading as fairly quickly as possible. I think you know all these words. They give you help with the words that you don't know, but it's adding on to the story of Theseus and Ariadne. And so read quietly, understand as much as you possibly can, okay? And I'll let you start doing that right now. You can look up at me when you're done. The 2 paragraphs, you're going to read the whole thing. And read the questions first, and read the red questions even before everything, so you can get a sense of what I'd like to know. So status report. Who's finished by now?
We're done.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so if you have a little bit more to do, just stop now, and so just so we have a sense of the main details with the boring questions in the middle of the page. Where do Theseus and his comrades sail first? Will?
Naxos.
Naxos. Anyone been there? I have not. I haven't been to every Greek island, although I aspire to. Yeah, they do a pit stop on Naxos. What do they do first when they arrive there? Yep.
Sleep and rest.
They rest and sleep. Good. Why does Theseus not sleep? Robin.
Basically, he says that he doesn't love Ariadne and wants to leave her behind in Naxos.
Because what? The last part?
And he wants to leave her behind in Naxos.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, so he has a plan. What does Theseus say to his men when he awakens them? And Sarah, I know that you're there too.
Yep. So when Theseus awakes, he says, "Be quiet, friends. It's time to sail away, and let's hurry to the ship." And so when they kind of come to the ship, they quickly sail away and desert Ariadne on the island.
Right. Good. Okay. And just 1 second. And then, what does Ariadne see when she wakes up? Karen? Nothing. Nobody. Nothing. Well, she sees Naxos. Naxos is still there, but no one else is there. And what does she shout? Brittany.
There we go. Theseus, you deserted me. Or, yeah, Theseus, where have you gone? Why did you leave me?
Right.
Come save me.
Okay, so there's no right answer to my red question. My first one there, is the passage sympathetic to any one character in particular? What's an answer?
Sympathetic, it's kind of a narrative.
Karen, what?
It isn't really sympathetic to anyone, it's just kind of like a narrative of what happened.
Okay. Robin?
I guess, yeah, perhaps like Karen said, though, to some extent it's also kind of like this desertion of Ariadne. To some extent, we might be sympathetic to her, sort of, that Theseus simply left her on the island alone.
Okay. Sarah, what about you? I know you're there.
Yeah, I felt the same way as Robin. I thought it was sympathetic to Ariadne, like she saves Theseus and gives him the sword and so on, while he simply leaves her on that island.
Okay. Anyone else? Yeah, Maddie?
I was thinking that like the contents of the story make one sympathetic towards Ariadne, but like the actual story kind of takes, I think, a more unbiased tone.
Yeah, kind of like what Karen said. It's sort of neutral.
Yeah.
Kind of reporting. Okay.
I mean, you feel for her, but you know.
Yeah. So that's the next question. What about how you found yourself emotionally going in what direction as you read the story? Brittany?
It's kind of like, really, you couldn't just take her with you. It wouldn't have been that big of a deal. And then, but I don't know. I'm not at peace with this.
Yeah, there's room on the boat. They already know there's room on the boat. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. seems like it's like a deserted island. It seems a little unnecessary. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like kind of terrible. But it works out for her in the end because Dionysus comes and saves her, and then she marries him and she goes up to Olympus. So.
Yeah, but that's not in the story.
Joke's on you, Theseus.
No, but it works out for her.
I just know the end of the story. Although that's not
I feel
here.
bad for her, but it works out in the end.
What do you think?
I mean, Team Ariadne over Team Theseus, but
This isn't Twilight, Mac.
I understand that. But, you think Theseus is kind of mean for doing that.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
you pity Ariadne.
Right. You do sort of pity her, especially at the end where, she's, as Brittany said, translated, "Oh, Theseus, where are you?" Yeah, that's a little heart-wrenching. Cece, what were you going to say? Your mic is off.
Sorry. Basically the same thing everybody else said, like you kind of pity Ariadne for being left on the island.
So back to my original question, does the passage make you, do you think that's the work of the passage, or is it just you or us? I mean, do you think the passage is effective in making you feel one way or the other? Maddie?
I think that the passage just sounds like it's like just stating what the story is, but the story's one that like makes you sympathetic, so like automatically like you're sympathetic anyways.
Okay.
But I guess I don't know, because that kind of is like the full story. Like there isn't really a Theseus's side to it, and even if there were, like he just left her on an island. Like that's not cool.
Yeah.
And so I think the passage is more kind of like straightforward, but like as decent human beings, you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
People on islands.
Sarah?
So I was just thinking, because the passage ends with like Ariadne's kind of exclamation, like Theseus, where are you, and so on, and the fact that we kind of know what Theseus did, but Ariadne is kind of in this confusion at the end. Perhaps that adds to our sympathy for Ariadne, because it kind of makes us feel more pity for her, because we are in a position where we know why he left her, but she doesn't.
Right. Okay. Another way to ask this question would have been, what would the Athenian, if you were all Athenians, if every single one of us were Athenian, would we feel the same way about Ariadne? Yeah.
I don't know. Well, it was very male-centric, so I think they might have felt bad, but I don't think they would have thought it was the most terrible thing in the world.
Go ahead, yeah.
Well, I mean, like Karen said, like they didn't really care about women, so
We were just kind of there. Kind of terrible.
You mean the Athenian citizens, right, which were all men of a certain age with property. Brittany?
Maybe like even if they did care about women, and just thinking like, even from the Athenians' perspective, it's like her dad has been killing us for years.
Yeah, that's also part of it.
That's a very good point.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, just the whole idea of Theseus going down there to begin with was controversial. I mean, he was a prince. I mean, he wasn't. The idea that he would go down there and risk his life as a prince of the city of Athens was weird. And so coming back with a princess from the enemy side is odd, to say the least. I don't think they would have cared at all about whatever Ariadne screamed at the end there. Sarah?
Oh, sorry, that was like a residual hand.
Oh, that's an old one. Okay. All right, good. So let's now, what we're going to do in the next 10 minutes is on page 92, exercise 6 Omicron, we're going to translate numbers 1 and 2. And I am going to somehow get that.
See, here's the end of the story.
Oh, it's in the English. Okay. Hold on just 1 second.
Here's the end of the story.
Nope, that's not what I want.
Spoiler alert.
Okay.
I guess I don't have the English X6 Omicron on the screen, but I would like to put you into pairs to do this, and so we'll do that. Just 1 second. Somehow. So right now, why don't you just start translating number 1, and when I put you into pairs, you can ask each other questions. We'll do it that way. So start translating number 1 on page 92 while Ariadne is calling, and I'm going to put you into pairs right now. Jasmine, who is bees, I'm assuming that's Jasmine, and Jasmine, who is Kaylee, I'm assuming that's Kaylee.
Although you never know.
That's true. You can pull a fast one on me, and I will never know. Just a second. Okay. So once again, the breakout groups. You have a couple groups of 2 people, 1 group of 3. Cece, Karen, and Maddie. Ask each other questions. Everybody do your own work, and I will be putting a whiteboard up that you can put your answers on. But it might be good to put your answer on a Word document first, so you can cut and paste it onto the whiteboard. So that's what we'll do. I'll start the breakout groups now. So once again, open a Word document and put your answer there, and just touch base with your partners with any questions or whatever. Okay, since we're running out of time, could someone from some group put number 1 on the whiteboard? And I guess I didn't put. Tell me who that. Well, you want to do it?
Number 1?
Yeah, number 1.
Sure.
And I will make you a. Well, I guess you're all presenters, so by definition.
We're in breakout groups.
Right. Oh, so you can't? Okay. Hold on just 1 second. I am going to end breakout groups, okay? Everybody's comfortable with that? Okay. I got the top one now. What top one?
Oh, I thought you were going to make us presenters.
Well, you I will. Okay, Mac, you're all set.
All right.
Okay, so everybody look at this number 1 over here. Everyone see it? So while Ariadne is calling, the god Dionysus looks from heaven toward earth. Then he sees Ariadne and loves her. Let's look at the Greek answer right over here on the screen. Any comments at all? Feedback? Yep, Jasmine?
Should the apo takes the genitive, so should ton uran should be ton uronu? You said two uronu.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You need apo must take the genitive, so you need to change ton and uranos. It's got to be in the genitive. What?
Accidentally switch back to
All right, you'll take care of that. Yep, Sarah.
Also, since Dionysius is like he or she or it and so on, is it blepe instead of blepes? And just as a small note, I think it says then he sees Ariadne, so ora tin Ariadne.
Okay.
Somewhere in this.
Okay. Then he sees Ariadne and loves her. Then he sees Ariadne. So you need the horao. You need hora. Okay. And he loves her too. So phileo, you want to put that in he, she, or it form. And then Sarah, you also said blepe, right? So blepe, Dionysus sees, looks from heaven. So third person singular. Yep, Karen?
Also, for prostane gay, shouldn't it be prostane gain?
Prostane gain, right, with a new.
I'm not sure about this, but would it be Hotheos and then Dionysos onomati?
Only if it says called Dionysus or something like that, named Dionysus, then you'd say onomati. But no, I don't think. I think it just says Dionysus.
Yeah.
Yeah, the god Dionysus. So Hotheos, Dionysos. That's a good way to. That was good. That was right the way you did that here. You're going to change blepes
to
blepe because Dionysos is the subject. Anything else, Kaylee?
Okay. Two things about accents. Should the accent on Kale be a circumflex over the iota?
Okay. Yep.
And then the accent on Dionysos goes on the first omicron.
Oh yeah, Dionysos on the antepenults on the omicron for Dionysos and circumflex on Calais.
Oh, and
Yep.
there's no accent on Ariadne at the beginning of the sentence.
Or breather.
Yeah.
Okay, we need an accent and a breather for
Where's the
Ariadne.
breather for Ariadne?
It'll be right before the long alpha.
Sorry, did I say breather or accent? I meant.
Breather on Ariadne?
Yeah. Well, where's the accent? I know what the. breather is.
That's on
The
the
alpha.
penult.
Second alpha.
Yeah,
Second alpha, yeah.
yeah, on the second.
Got it.
The penult. Anything else? Hora, I see Hora, good. Sees Ariadne.
It's Neota subscript.
So you'll need a tain Ariadne after Hora. Hora tain Ariadne. And then Philace will become Philae with a circumflex. Brittany?
Yeah, I was wondering if it's while she is calling, why is that not an infinitive?
While Ariadne is calling, why is it not what?
Infinitive. So isn't infinitives like to be calling?
Well, this is just is calling. Is calling is just the same as third person singular of the verb. Ariadne calls. So yeah, it's nominative. Ariadne and Calais is calls. While Ariadne calls. I think that's correct. Anything else? Okay, so don't lose your answer for number 2. We'll pick this up on Friday. Okay. And I think that's it. So there will be another screen cast to listen to for Friday, which I haven't posted yet. So I will do that hopefully soon. And you're going to be translating the chapter 7 alpha story, and I'm going to tell you what you're going to translate. You're just going to do the first 2 paragraphs. So write out a translation for the first 2 paragraphs on page 95, 7 alpha. The beginning of the chapter 7 story. First 2 paragraphs. I'll put this on eCollege too, and you can submit it in Dropbox. Okay? Any questions at all?
I put it on my
All right, good. So I will see you then on Friday.
All right.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Stay warm.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much, Mr. Harton. Bye.
Thanks. Bye, Sarah. All right.